It is 3 in the morning. The room is completely dark. Your body is exhausted, and you are inches away from sleep. And then, out of nowhere, you are suddenly wide awake because your brain decided right now is the perfect time to review that weird thing you said at a party 5 years ago. Nobody brought it up. Nobody else on Earth even remembers it happened, but your mind cues it up in full high definition, complete with surround sound and a fresh wave of maximum emotional pain. Society calls this overthinking and tells you to just let it go, which usually adds a layer of secondary guilt for not being able to simply shut your mind off. But clinical psychology points to a completely different reality. Your brain is not broken, and it is certainly not torturing you at random. This late-night highlight reel is a symptom of a highly functioning nervous system. Your mind has finally found the absolute quiet it needs to run its most critical background maintenance. Throughout the day, your brain is bombarded with noise, tasks, and constant stimulation. To keep you moving, it has to actively suppress minor social frictions and awkward encounters. Psychologists call this the threat processing queue, a holding area where your brain files unresolved moments of social pain or awkwardness. At night, the timeline flatlines, and your brain finally has bandwidth to open those files and process them. Your brain is not punishing you for that awkward text message. It is performing the essential emotional maintenance that your busy schedule simply didn't allow for while the sun was up. The reason these specific memories carry such a heavy emotional weight comes down to evolutionary history. For early humans, social rejection was genuinely lethal. Being cast out from the group meant losing access to shared food, losing physical protection, and facing almost certain death. Your nervous system evolved to treat social mistakes with the exact same urgency as a physical danger. Even today, it struggles to tell the difference between a prehistoric exile and a minor faux pas at dinner. This animation shows the mechanics of emotional memory encoding. A neutral event leaves a faint trace, but a data point tied to intense shame burns a heavily reinforced pathway deep into your long-term memory to ensure you never repeat the mistake. You can forget entire years of your childhood, but recall the exact moment you tripped in the cafeteria with perfect clarity. That is a biological feature designed to prioritize survival data above all else. To review these deeply encoded events, your mind constructs an internal courtroom where you are both the defendant and the harshest judge. The audience is vastly larger, and the judgment is exaggerated far beyond reality. Psychology identifies this process as retroactive social editing. It is the mechanical process your brain uses to review these inflated scenarios when you are most vulnerable. It takes that embarrassing memory and uses it purely as a case study. The goal is to actively rehearse sharper comebacks and smarter reactions for future interactions. Your mind is not helplessly dwelling in the past. It is actively running an involuntary masterclass to improve your future social performance. When you look at the mechanics, the perspective shifts. The 3 a.m. cringe is not a penalty for a past mistake. It is deliberate preparation for future success. That awkward memory replay is a completely normal survival simulation, engineered specifically to protect you. So next time you wake up to a mortifying highlight reel, stop fighting your own brain. Acknowledge it as your most devoted, if slightly exhausting, life coach. If you experience this, you are not alone. You are not imagining the burden, and your mind is working exactly as it was designed to. You can finally give yourself permission to go to sleep. Hit that subscribe button to join Mind Decoder, and let's keep decoding the human mind.